Welcome to the Sweet Subversives podcast.
Live, live, live. Now it's really going to be live. Live, 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 live. Here comes our show.
Oh my God. See, now if we had intro music, Heather wouldn't have to be singing to
I know.
everyone.
Please, people, send your intro music. Oh, here, we'll do this. This is actually what I wanted to share. I'm not sure why it switched it off, but that's okay. Facebook. Hey, where'd it go? Yes. Well, welcome. I thought I was going to make this work really cool and be awesome, but I don't know what I'm doing. So that's okay. We'll just stop that and we'll start the show.
I think that works.
It works. I know. Well, cheers, Cara.
Yes, I'm super excited. I still got to shake mine up. So.
Oh, do you? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I drank my earlier one, so.
Your practice one, and now you're perfected.
Right. Well, you know, I mean, you gotta practice things to get better at them. So that includes drinking martinis, I think.
And you can get perfect at it.
Yeah.
So, those who didn't watch my intro video, I am drinking the Waconia Brewing Company's chocolate peanut butter porter. It is delicious.
Yay! So we should probably introduce ourselves, Heather.
Don't they already know us? Oh, I suppose they don't. You might not. You could just happen upon us. So who are you?
Well, I am Cara Schultz, and I do another podcast as well, similar to Heather does another podcast. But mine is focused on training candidates so that they are ready and prepared to run for office. And so I do that Mondays at 8 p.m. Central.
Awesome. And I'm Heather Biederman. I also do another show called Liberty Librarian on Thursdays at 5 p.m. And we talk about intellectual freedom stuff, which is like censorship, privacy, all the crazy stuff the government's doing to watch you and keep tabs on you. So, and then fun stuff too. But this is like my favorite part of the week. It's like halfway through the week, Wednesdays,
Yes.
8 p.m.
Hump day.
Hump day, baby. And so we get to talk about all sorts of sweet stuff. News.
We do. Yeah. So we'll be covering news from the Libertarian Party. Yes. We do Libertarians caught being good. So when people do like decent, awesome things, we like to give them a shout out for that. But so here is part of why we are doing this podcast. There's kind of two directions that we're traveling simultaneously with this sucker. And the first is we would like to spread the message of libertarianism to people who probably lean that way, but they just haven't taken the jump yet. Yeah. And so we think, sugar is better than vinegar. Yeah. for this. And I think there's enough people who are doing either a brutalist message or they're doing, communications in other ways. But this is our pathway for communicating that. And then the other thing is we're looking at changing the culture internally within the Libertarian Party to be more welcoming, but also to give our energy towards things and people that are doing really positive, wonderful things. Yeah. So, we're gonna feed what we love.
Yes.
And then we can get more of that.
We don't like.
Yes.
Throw it
out. starve those bastards. No.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, in a positive way, of course.
Yes, but in a very nice way. So, so that is what we are looking at doing with this show. And, we also have a Patreon account, which we will throw up that link in the comments section so people can see that. And if you believe in, pushing forward that really, positive message, both internally to change our culture and externally to attract a lot more wonderful people into the Libertarian Party, we would appreciate that support because we would love to expand our mission. We would love to. So thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. And what's kind of neat about the Patreon stuff is you can, by supporting us, you can be involved in what we do. And not only will we thank you, but some of the higher tier ones can maybe even, they can participate in the show and share their own happy things. So I just think it's such a wonderful opportunity for people to get to be a part of this positive message about libertarians and the cool stuff that they do. And I think that's what kind of drew me into it initially too, is
Yeah.
that, it's sometimes you feel like you don't know much about stuff and you ask questions. And I think the people who answered me honestly and warmly, they were the ones that kind of drew me more into it and go, oh, that's what I'm about. I didn't know
Yes.
that. Instead of like, you know nothing.
Right.
The door
Right.
is shut in your face. And like, how do you
Yes.
ever learn things if you don't ask questions and have good conversations with people over a beer or a cocktail? And you learn a lot of the things that
Mhm.
you didn't know. It's just being open-minded. It's really cool.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, I'm excited when new people get involved and,
Yeah.
bring ideas in and new energy and all that kind of stuff. So I want more of that. So
I
that's,
know. And you're very knowledgeable about so many different areas, and you're in office already too. So I mean you have all these different perspectives on it. And I'm kind of on the edge watching going, wow, it's amazing. Look at all this stuff. But I got to be like, I think it was 2 years ago is my first time going to a national convention
yeah.
as a delegate. And it was amazing to me to feel I'm so part of the political system, and to get to have my own voice matters so much. Really, it was an awakening.
Yeah. And it was a lot of fun. It
It is.
was a lot of fun. So yeah.
I like that
And
too.
see, so you're no longer on the outside.
I guess
If you're
I'm
a
in.
delegate, you're the smack dab in the center, honey.
How the hell did that happen? I'm awesome. High five me. Yes, I know. So if I can do it, you guys can do it too. You can be a part of this. It's a lot of fun. You get to meet really cool, smart people and talk about everything, and you don't always agree, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But know that, there's some nice ladies in the Libertarian Party too, who like to have cocktails and have fun, and we can talk about stuff with you too.
Yeah, absolutely. And every time I go to libertarian events, I meet absolutely like wonderful, wonderful people. So
So
yeah,
cool.
so definitely. I mean, so if you're thinking about joining the LP, definitely check it out, do so, and we will have a fantastic time. So yeah. So
Yay.
should we hit some news?
Yeah, let's do it.
We have some really good news that happened in the past week.
Oh
So
yeah.
here's a big one. This is historic, actually.
Oh my.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. The Libertarian Party of California,
Yeah.
they elected Rachel Johnson as an executive officer in their position. So what makes this historic is this is the first time in California history that an openly transgender person was elected to an executive officer position in a political party.
Yay! That's so freaking sweet.
I mean, that is fantastic. And she's a pretty amazing person. So I got to meet her at the convention. I was at the California convention. And so I got to meet her, and man, she's a sharp lady. So,
Cool.
some of her background, she has a BA from Fordham University. She was an Eagle Scout, archery instructor in China. Frickin' China.
Whoa.
I know. So, she has a lot of background that she's bringing to the party. And, I love this quote from the presser that they sent out. She said, well, the left can talk until the vegan cow alternatives come home about how diverse and accepting they are. Libertarians can't be bought by cheap talk and forced identity political demographics. And she noted, that the LP has had same-sex marriage equality in their platform since 71, 41 years before the Democrats, and the consistent voice for removing barriers imposed by Sacramento and DC, who expect gratitude for allowing us to exercise our rights that have always been ours. So, she put out a very strong statement and saying, this is a struggle so personal to the LGBTQ community. And as your at-large rep, I'll continue to fight for our spot at the table. So, this is a fantastic thing. And what makes it even more fantastic was I don't think anyone there realized this or even particularly cared until the press release came out. And yeah, and it reminds me of a similar situation where in the last election we had in our Washington D.C. affiliate, our candidates filed for office and they were running for office, and after they did so, I think it was a question by the advocate. I think the advocate actually noticed it first and then asked the LP about it, and they said, wait a minute. I think this is the first time that this has ever happened in DC history. Every one of your candidates in DC in the Libertarian Party are LGBT.
Like, when does that ever happen?
Right. And everyone was just kind of like, huh. And then they kind of looked at we all looked at the candidates and we're like, by golly, they are. But I mean, here's the thing. It wasn't a big deal.
No.
To us.
Because that's what we're used to. We're used to
it. Like, that's normal.
But why isn't it normal in the other parties?
Right.
I don't understand that.
Exactly. And no one was pushed into those positions to make a statement. No. People are going into those positions because they want to serve, or, they want to be involved in that kind of stuff. But, when people talk about an open and accepting environment, you're going to find that in the LP, and it doesn't matter if, you're religious or what religion you are, or if you're atheist, or, whatever that is. We're all just like, okay. Yeah, cool. Come on. Let's talk about Batiste.
Exactly, right?
Yes. So that was pretty exciting news. So that's congratulations amazing to California, and congratulations to Rachel.
That is amazing. Wonderful news.
So we have news out of our state.
Oh, yeah?
Out of Minnesota. So we're out of Minnesota. So here we go, Minnesota. Tomorrow, and I will be there for this tomorrow.
What's
tomorrow? This is happening tomorrow.
Okay.
The Minnesota State Senate Committee on State Government Finance and Policy and Elections is holding a hearing at 1 p.m. to evaluate a ballot access inclusion bill, and this is SF.
Oh, I thought that was actually what they call it, the SF.
Yes, the SF. The bill is SF 752, and it's authored by Senator Scott Jensen, who unfortunately is not running for re-election, but Julia Coleman is, so shout out to her. Hey, Julia, go for it. So this proposal, and it has a companion bill, which is the House Bill 708. It was introduced a year ago, and it was co-authored with Steve Elkins, and he's a DFLer, to modify the designation levels of a political party threshold, improve ballot nomination, petitioning windows, all that kind of stuff. There was a section within the bill that the other parties disagreed to because they thought it affected how they ran their primaries. It didn't, but we withdrew the bill last year, fixed the language, and it's being reintroduced into committee tomorrow. So we're doing a press conference at 10:30 a.m. tomorrow.
Yay!
And then the bill is being introduced at 1 o'clock tomorrow. And I will be there for both of it. So we are looking to make it similar to how Wisconsin and Iowa and South Dakota do it. We're looking at dropping those thresholds from having to get 5% in either presidential or statewide to 1%. So that's more what we're looking at, either 1%, or we're looking at a flat 20,000 signatures to get into the, to get our candidates on the ballot. Because otherwise we have to get 5% or 1,000 or 130,000 signatures.
It's unreal.
It is unreal.
It's like unreal. It's a mountain to climb, and you can't. I mean, it's a barrier that's going to stop so many candidates from ever even thinking about it.
Yep. So our last bit of news, we'll head back to California. So I was at their state convention. It was pretty awesome.
It sounded really cool.
No, 4 days. That thing was 4 days long. So they had like a Friday night reception, but I didn't get to because I flew in Saturday morning. They had stuff all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and then they finished up on Monday. And I'm like, holy cow, that's a hell of a lot of convention. But it was very well attended. So they had a chair debate, LNC chair debate, and they also had a presidential debate. Bait.
They're gonna bait them. Come on.
It was a pre-bait, a debate, a after bait. They baited. There was some baiting going on.
Was it a master bait?
No. Well, maybe. But I tried not to watch.
Don't watch.
I was like, you do you, and I'll just be over here. So they had the debates on Sunday night, and then they did unofficial like snap straw polls right afterwards. And I helped hand out the sheets for the straw polls, making sure that only people that had a delegate badge got one. And then I collected them along with the executive director of the LP, Dan Fishman. We took the ballots out, and, we had them in a sealed area, took them and counted them and verified each other's counts to make sure that everything was on the up and up, and, everything was fine. And representatives from the different campaigns could come and watch us do that. And they did. So here's the results. So for the presidential, and they did it for tokens so that only 6 were going to be on the stage. They didn't want to have, because I think there was 16 presidential candidates there, if I counted correctly, at one time or another. So they got it down to 6. And here is the ranking from first to last. Jacob Hornberger had 51 votes. Adam Kokesh had 22. Lincoln Chafee had 19. Jo Jorgensen, she had 15. Mark Whitney had 13. Vermin Supreme had 8. And Noda received 2 votes.
Oh, always Noda.
Always Noda. But I will note in this one, no candidate received over 50% of the vote. So if this was done how an LP election would be, when we do our delegates, we would have to go through another round of voting.
So, but they didn't do that there, did they?
No, this was just a straw poll. Straw poll, stamped straw poll. So for the chair, we did have all 3 candidates that were there, and they did stream that one. And there was a candidate who received over 50% of the vote in this one. So we had Joe Bishop Henchman with 52 delegate votes. We had Joshua Smith with 40 delegate votes. And we had Mike Shipley with 6 delegate votes, and Noda received 3.
Oh, wow. Of course.
Of course.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, and that was a really neat experience. I had a really spectacular time in California. I mean, the least of which was not the fact that I didn't have snow up to my butthole, because.
Yeah, don't make me jealous, because I saw.
Oh, you should be jealous.
It's nice and warm, and you got to wear a summer dress. Yeah, I'm a little. I did.
And so you know what else? They also do, like, you can buy a platinum package and you get like breakfast, lunch, and dinner there. Yeah. So and it's like a buffet. It's like a buffet each time. So my whole eating healthy thing.
But you had a buffet, so maybe you got some healthy choices in there. You're like, no.
I tried, and I think they tried too. But when you're eating, it's just holy shit.
Especially when it all looks so good, and you're just like, a little bit of that. Right. So they did, right. But it's California, so even their worst is probably healthier. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like a buffet that you would normally see in the Midwest, that's for sure. Although they did have ranch dressing, so I felt at home.
They must have done that for you.
I think so.
Where is Hidden Valley? I mean, does anybody know where that actually is? Is it a magical place where they have?
It's got to be a place hidden in Minnesota. So it is cocktail time. I've gotten past the news, so now I can mix up my cocktail and drink it, which I'm excited about. I try not to do it earlier because I'm such a lightweight that, I would be a little drunk.
You're like, woo, don't care, news.
I know, I would mangle it worse than I already did. So you spoke about your delicious beer. So my cocktail is an Earl Grey Martini.
Oh.
And so it is made with Earl Grey tea, simple syrup, which you just, and here's the thing. So if you are part of our Patreon, one of the things that you're going to do is, so the videos that Heather and I did earlier, those are things that you'll be able to see. So you'll find out a day ahead what cocktail I'm mixing up. So if you want to do the same thing, you can do that. Heather's going to show what beer she's doing. Depending on the level, you can find out who we're going to be talking about and caught being good, so you'll have that earlier. So we're going to be doing a bunch of fun things like that. But so this simple syrup is pretty easy to make. You just make tea, like a cup of tea, and then you put a quarter cup of either sugar or honey in it. And I keep it to a quarter cup. Usually a simple syrup, you do almost like 1-to-1, like liquid to sugar, but I just can't even deal with that anymore. If it's not sweet enough for you, fine, go more. But start with a quarter cup and go from there, because this is not a drink that's supposed to be so damn sickly sweet.
It'll taste more like tea if you don't have it so sugary then.
And it'll get a little bitter on you. Now, so this one is a gin martini.
Oh,
so,
Hendrix. Yeah, that's really
so the botanicals in Hendrix mix really well with bergamot, like herbally delicious goodness. So Heather, you might have to sing again.
What am I going to sing?
I don't know, because I got to shake this sucker. So
shake it. Don't bake it. Come on, Cara, make that drink. Shake it. Wait, am I supposed to do some sort of disco? Yep. Oh, yeah. This is where this is where we get Patreon viewers watching Cara shake her thing.
Here we go.
Yeah. Go for it. Shake that thing, mama. Oh, I see what you're doing. You're just showing your boobs.
Oh. Wow. No, I didn't want to do that. Oh my God, no.
No, you're not really showing your boobs. I know, but you're just like there you go. Shake it. Yeah, Cara. You and your drink are all
do this a while.
Gin. Dun. Yummy. And it's a Picard drink. Woo. Star Trek. Boldly going where no drink has gone before.
Oh my God, yes.
This is awesome. I'm so excited about that drink. I want to try it. So could you pass it through the screen? Like right to me? Yeah, right there.
Shake.
Shake it. Don't you bake it.
Shake your booty.
Shake.
Shake.
Shake your booty. Yeah,
oh my God.
They probably. Hey, you can also play
Casey and the Sunshine Band. I can dig that. I am cool with Casey and the Sunshine Band.
I
was so hot for Casey when I was a wee lass.
You might not be as hot for him at this point, but no.
It was pretty hot then, though. But oh my God. So pour that sucker out.
Oh, that's so pretty. And that looks warm and inviting and cold and
it delicious. Is. And it's not an overly sweet one. So like if you're not someone that really likes the sweet cocktails, this is a good one. This is like nice and herbally and fresh and crisp and yet it is still kind of cozy because,
I love it.
But so the reason why I've been drinking these martinis is because I've been really into the Star Trek Picard show.
I know. Okay, it's moving a little slow, but every time they have some Next Generation stuff in there, I squeeze my ass off. So I'm just like, oh yeah, Data. Ooh. No, I know spoilery stuff, but it's just amazing.
Oh, fuck it. You know what? If people haven't seen it, that's too bad for them. I'm sorry, that's probably
Cry Me a River, but go watch it.
Cow. I'm sorry if you're if you are hoping for, like no mentions and all that kind of stuff, you should probably like maybe come back later or something. Right. Yeah. Because I'm into it. And so looking at some of the trailers for other episodes, it looks like Deanna Troy is going to be on it.
Right. And Frakes is there, and he's directing at least a couple episodes.
Yeah,
and
I saw.
Good.
What was it? Episode 2 he directed. So.
And so 7 of 9.
Jerry Ryan. Yeah, she's gonna be
so
in
cute.
It.
She looks really good in that, and
yeah.
I'm just trying to remember because I saw a bunch of trailer stuff. And I'm like, oh, that and that and that. So I mean, like if you're geeking out over Next Generation, because I totally watched that whole series and loved that one. And
yes,
Picard's. I'd say Picard's my most favorite captain, but that's pretty close. There's a couple of others that I'd say are all the way up there, but on
the comments, so Susan Hogarth, so she's chair in North Carolina.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going to be going to the North Carolina convention, and she says we need a signature cocktail for the convention. Maybe you can design us one. I will design you one. So yes, I will do that. And David Salisbury goes, yeah, I made mine with a little too much sugar, so I'll cut back next time, but it's still great though. Yeah. Absolutely.
Like what?
Yeah.
Like a Blue Ridge Mountain or something? I don't know. Like, is that in?
I don't know. I'll work with you, Susan, and we will figure out a really spectacular cocktail. I do that for Minnesota. Each convention I come up with signature cocktails. I usually put them up and what's in them, and then do a picture of them, and then we kind of do a contest and let people name the cocktail. We do that each year. So this year, this is one of the cocktails that I'm going to be doing for the Minnesota convention.
Yeah.
I'm also doing a green tea version as well. So, and I might do a white tea version. So the green tea one will also have like a mandarin simple syrup in it. So I'm kind of excited about that. I know, right? Yeah. And then the white one will probably have a hibiscus simple syrup in it. Yum. Because Heather and I are doing the hospitality suite.
Yeah, so if you're coming, come see us.
Yes, come see us, because there will be food there and there will be drinks there. And the theme is an opium den. So we're going to have, make it look like an opium den when you go in.
We don't actually have opium, though. I'm just going to say that's the only disclaimer, because we're square. But we'll have drinks.
Yes. And, the theme is going along with the 145 years now that the United States has engaged in various forms of the war on drugs. And it all started with San Francisco hating on the Chinese people, the Chinese immigrants. And so they portrayed them as, having these opium dens to lure white women in so that they would smoke the opium and then they would have their way with them. And very soon what followed that was, the Exclusion Acts and all that kind of stuff. And, our drug war has been rooted in racism every step away, and it hasn't changed today. So that's what we're going to be doing in the in the hospitality suite. And so we'll have an array of tea-based martinis. We will have fun little things to eat and drink and see, and informational things, and ways that you can interact with the items in the hospitality suite. So it's going to be a really good time.
And I do know for a fact, for those of you who don't like cocktails, which I don't understand, but we always have a group of people who bring a wide variety of Minnesota beers and some Wisconsin beers to share. So if you are coming to the Minnesota convention, bring something to pass. We're a big potluck people here in the Midwest, so we love to bring our favorite things and share.
Absolutely. And I will have non-alcoholic versions of these cocktails as well. So, if you are someone who doesn't drink, and you do not have to give me a reason for that, I'm not going to badger you. Not a problem. I'm still going to make you a spectacular, delicious, fun, non-alcoholic cocktail. So.
And I will make the worst coffee you've ever had in your life all day. It's really strong.
I make the worst coffee.
We
That's why you make it, because mine is so bad that I give it to you to make.
You're like, do this. I'm like, I don't drink coffee. Okay. It's like, if it has beer.
Neither of us drink coffee. And we're the ones that make coffee.
It's like, and I go, is it okay? And people are like, it's fine. And they're crying little tears. I'm like, it's probably really strong then. But they're really okay.
You know, when they're like cutting it with water.
They're like, it's okay.
Hey, we want people to stay awake.
They are not sleeping till the next day.
Yeah. It's a service that we're providing.
Absolutely.
Know what time it is, Heather?
What time is it?
It's time for Libertarians Coffee and Good.
Yay! It's my favorite.
I know. This is really good. And we do have a number of libertarians who are caught being good in the past week.
Many good ones.
So Kenneth Brent Olson bird-dogged this one.
Oh, cool.
And so this is what he told me. He said, the LP is made up mostly of volunteers and unpaid activists, but it's rare that you see someone coming to another state party's convention and putting in as much work into helping that convention as I saw with Elijah John Gizzarelli, and he's Rhode Island. So he came to the LP California convention last week. He was awesome. He helped with setting up and taking stuff down. He was a huge asset, and I thank him for his time and energy.
All across the country. That is amazing.
Yeah. I mean, he came all across the country. He's supposed to just kind of be a guest. And he worked his butt off. And I did see him there, and he was working his butt off. I thought that he was with California and was on he was working so hard. I thought he was with like the convention board or something.
Because they usually have planners and people that are totally in there. And it's just like, nope, he just jumped in.
He did. I mean, he was helping all the time. So this next one, and this is so sweet. So this one's from Darren Polak, and he is talking about, so there's two presidential candidates that this one involves. One is Mark Whitney, and the other one is Vermin Supreme. Mark Whitney offered to kick in a max donation of $100 to make sure that Vermin Supreme gets to be on the stage of the LP Texas debate.
Oh, freaking cool. I can't wait for that.
How wonderful is that? Instead of just like letting your competitor hang there out to dry, you're working to help them onto the debate stage.
This is how we get stronger, is by helping each other and
exactly.
lifting each other up instead of like trying to tear other people down.
Exactly.
Really cool.
So Jess Mears, who is one of my coworkers with LP National Staff. So, in a strange way, this also involves Vermin Supreme. So Vermin Supreme had asked Tulsi if she had read the LP platform last week.
I remember hearing about that.
Yes, and she noted, well, kind of busy, haven't gotten to it, but very polite. She's always very gracious whenever libertarians interact with her. I will say that. So what Jess Mears did is she delivered this beautifully printed LP platform to Tulsi Gabbard and got a picture taken with her, and they were holding it. And it was so sweet. And she said that again, Tulsi was completely gracious. She kind of laughed when Jess said, oh, we heard that, Vermin asked you if you had read it, you hadn't. And so, she got that to her. So that was really cool. I thought that was neat. And, making those inroads is fantastic. And it's not that Tulsi has to be a libertarian. I mean, that's not the point. It's spreading that message of liberty at every opportunity, because you never know what seeds are going to take root and how they're going to grow and blossom. So
it's approaching it from an education point too, is that you're like, hey, you said you had read it. Would you like to? Here it is. And bring it to them, make it easy, and just go. And if you don't, no problem.
Yeah.
That's like a library thing to do, really.
Yeah, exactly. And it seems like, okay, so I'm mentioning Vermin again. I am not endorsing him. I am not endorsing him. I am not endorsing him. It's just, dude gets around everywhere.
He's everywhere, really.
Yes. So he was at the California convention, and I won't mention the name of the other person because I don't have their permission.
Okay.
But this person was heavily involved with the convention, and they just like hit their stress limit on Saturday night. Anyone who has organized an event understands how that is, or if you're involved in an event at all. Man, you know, it's really stressful. And so she, you know, walked out of the convention area into the hallway, and this person was very upset, and, you know, crying. And Vermin Supreme came up and talked with her and hugged her and spent time with her for several minutes, bought her a glass of wine. You know, he just took time to just, you know, not be campaigning or anything like that, but just to connect with another person as another human being when they were in distress, and to alleviate that tension and distress that they were in, to just know that you are being comforted by another human being is an incredible thing, and so needed.
Wow, that's really awesome. I think that a lot of times people get so focused on their end goal that they don't see the people around them. And he sounds like he's just an amazing person to stop and help out.
Yeah.
You know, because we all have been there. We've all had stress and gotten overwhelmed, and I've had moments
you're just like,
I'm gonna cry right now. And then it's weird that the people just come out of nowhere, and all of a sudden you're like, you are exactly what I need right now.
Yes. Yeah.
And I appreciate people that do that.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. It is so helpful. So here's my, Cara not being good.
Oh, Jesus. What did you do?
So a person in California has been wonderful and kind to me repeatedly, always. Incredible guy, wonderful guy. And I was excited that I was going to get to see him in California, all that kind of stuff. So when I saw him, I did not ask.
What did you not ask?
I hugged him.
Oh, you might have freaked him out. But you were so okay. Here's the two sides. On one side, you're.
I should have asked, but when I said goodbye, I did ask, and I try to remember to ask people
because it's a consent culture.
It
is consent.
It is, and there's no excuse for that. There's no excuse for that. You just simply ask, "Do you prefer a handshake or a hug?" Like, it's that simple. And I did not do it. Neither.
You stay where you are.
Which is totally fine. Like, you know, so that was my bad. I'm sorry. I'm
And I will say, I admit there's a few times where I have a drink and I'm just like so happy to see someone. And all of a sudden I do the, like, I'm like Tigger. I'm like, yeah. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I can tell they tense up. And I'm like, oh, I screwed up bad.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. So we're all learning together.
Yes,
we're all learning consent culture together. No one is perfect. I was not perfect on that one.
And a big thing,
but I'm learning, and I'm
body language, because there's some people who just like they want the hug, but you just you don't know until you get.
You just gotta ask,
and it's better to ask because sometimes there's stuff going on, and they may normally be a hugger, and just be like, yeah, right now isn't a good time for this.
Exactly. So remember, folks, don't be like Cara. Ask.
Oh, Cara, that's okay. You can hug me next time. It'll be all right.
Okay. I will. Yeah.
Maybe not. You're like, Heather, you're weird.
Yeah. I'd be like, Heather, I don't think so.
You're basic.
You're basic. Holy shit. Okay. So, but we have more people caught being good instead of me being caught being bad.
Oh,
Minnesota, our state. So this is a shout out to Dave Johnson. He is on the LPMN executive committee, but they said he's really taken charge of the party's tech needs, which were
they need that, yes,
legion, and it was costing him a lot of money. So what he's doing and what he's able to fix is saving the party significant monthly fees, like a significant monthly amount of money.
Whoa.
And none of our parties are made of money, so this is important.
Bless him. That is wonderful.
No kidding. That is like a very, very, very good thing. So yes,
I feel tech stupid, and I appreciate the hell out of people who know how to set things up and figure out how to make the system work, because sometimes I'm just like, make it work, but I really don't have $1 million either. How can we get it so cheap?
Okay, so we have one more.
Yep.
This one's from Chase Oliver, who is the chair of LP Atlanta. He put out the call for friends in New Hampshire to help out an LGBT young man who got kicked out of his house.
Oh no, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So he's still trying to help him find a job and get a secure place to live and all that kind of stuff. But he said his good friend, James Paul, who's a libertarian in Georgia, sent him some cash so that the young guy could get a car.
Oh, really?
Really?
That's incredible.
That is incredible. But if you guys, LP New Hampshire, if someone can help this kid, get a hold of Chase Oliver. He'll help get this arranged. So if you have a job or, you have a safe place for this kid to stay, that kind of thing, that would be a really good thing.
Because it's so hard to get your life together if you don't have a place to sleep and, to know what the next day is going to be all about,
Yes.
You need a support system.
Exactly. So those are our libertarians who are caught being good. If you know of a libertarian caught being good, I'm going to put my email address in there. Email me and tell me who the person was and what awesome, wonderful thing they did, what awesome thing in line with libertarian ethics they did. It does need to be something specific, and it does need to be something that happens between now and our show next Wednesday.
Yeah, because seriously, and there's so many good things happening all the time. And
yeah, there are.
Let us know, and then we can like tell people how great this person is. I mean,
exactly.
I always feel like we need to have things like that in the news, just because you hear so many bad things going on.
Oh my God, the news is always just a litany of a shit show.
It's like a dumpster fire of the world, So let's have some happy confetti and glitter and shit, and go, yeah,
yes, glitter
shit going on.
I want
happy. Glitter. Oh, well, so that's the news. Okay. All of that. I have some memes if you want to go into that.
Yes.
Okay. I might have to get another beer though. I might have to.
Oh my God. You're like, yeah, it might happen.
I'm going to put my screen sharing on and then I'll be right back. Can you see me?
Yes.
Okay, good. I was doing the shake-a. I don't have anything to shake, and you don't want me to shake a beer.
Oh my God. So this is also why we need extra music, so that we have music to play during the interlude when Heather's grabbing her next beer.
So I'm on to cookies and cream beer now. Yum. Dessert time. Okay. So, Cara, would you talk for a second about our awesome new logo?
Yes. Okay, so our logo was designed by the magnificent Kirian, and he's the same one that does so many of everyone's fantastic Liberty type t-shirts. And so we kind of showed him what we would like. This is the preliminary one. There's a few tweaks that are going to happen to this logo, such as the little microphone thing in the Subversives. We want to change that pink, and then it'll be in a higher res, and then it will be sent back to us to use. So yeah, I'm really happy with the logo.
So Cool.
He does beautiful work, whether it's t-shirts or whatever. He does incredible work. So if you are looking for logo work, if you're looking for t-shirts, if you're looking for any type of design, anything, the Mad Statist is where you want to go for that.
Yes, I love his t-shirts. They're amazing and they're super soft. Oh,
he does the highest quality t-shirts ever. They don't shrink. They're super soft. They last forever. I love them. I think I have five t-shirts now. And like when I go to the national convention, I know I'm buying more.
And I know for a fact I've been on the street with you and people see the shirts because they're really eye-catching, cool logos, and they comment. And it's always interesting, positive conversations with people who know nothing about libertarians, but they're like, oh, I like that. That's funny. And they want to talk, or they're just looking at your boobs. I'm not really sure, but it's like, they're very cool shirts.
They must have very good vision.
You're fine. Just saying. But like you get the right shirt, it accentuates things in a nice way. So anyhow, not talking about Cara's boobs anymore, but that's our new logo. I just wanted to showcase that because it is beautiful. I'm super excited about it. And let's see. I have to click on this so I can go to the next thing. Okay. So memes. As you know, this week has been President's Day, right? We had the day off on Monday. I feel like that happened this week, even though this has been like the longest week and it's only Wednesday. But I found some memes.
Oh my God.
So Cara, when you see this, do you see my control stuff at the top, or does it just have the whole screen? I'm just curious because I'm kind of new at this. Do you
I see the whole screen.
Okay,
but I also see us in the corners.
Okay, that's perfect. Okay, so it says if you can you read the top line for me? It's just like it cuts off because of my
Sure. If you having monarchy problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a king ain't one.
Hell yeah. President's Day memes. How much more freaking nerdy can anybody be? It's me.
That's pretty nerdy.
I like it, but it gets worse, Cara.
But wait, it's worse. Oh my God.
Abolish slavery.
Slavery.
Because, Abe had those guns and damn.
Right. Well, because he's a zombie killer.
Oh, right. I literally talked to somebody about that movie today. Because they were talking about Pride and Prejudice and zombies, and of course Abraham Lincoln, vampire.
Yes,
I'm like, it's quite awesome. But yeah, you had to have guns like that if you're fighting vampires, really, literally. So yeah, to abolish the slavery. It's a little cold here for that, but maybe in California we could abolish.
It was like in the low 70s. It was awesome.
Oh. And they probably thought it was cold. We're like, yes, let's be naked and run outside. Because that's what, like it's 50 degrees here. You get like our college kids running naked through the streets because it's like, it's spring. It's like, it's not spring. Dummies. But yeah, it feels like it. Okay, here's another one.
Okay.
That is so forward 7 years ago. I'm judging you.
That is very judging.
It is very judging. But
whoa.
This one is that stoner guy, and he doesn't know stuff, but he said, it's good. Lots of President's Day sales are going on because we sure need to buy a new one, y'all.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I think we got ours at Dollar General. But that's okay. And that kid looks really, really stoned. He needs some Cheetos. This is me at the end of the show. So you're telling me that since we have presidents, I get the day off tomorrow? Ah! Yes. So that was this was on Sunday. That was me, actually.
I was
and as you can tell, I've aged poorly since Sunday. I've turned into this.
Although you still have beautiful skin.
Thank you. I got carded the other day, and I was like, I have like,
did you tip them?
yes, and I was like, shit, what? And she goes, oh, I just need to card you, and I'm like, oh, here's my driver's license, thank you. And she's like, oh, you're doing very well. And I'm like, I don't know what that means, but thank you. It's like either that or you're lying to me so you can get a tip, and you are getting one. Thank you. So yes, and it was like one of the very few times, and I just like, you need glasses, girl. So I think I have one more thing, and it is not a meme, but I saw this in the news that there was a guy who worked in a Wendy's. Meanwhile, at Wendy's, a guy who worked there took a bath in one of their kitchen sinks. And I'm torn on this because on one hand, I'm really glad that he's like washing his hands. But I think he's doing it wrong. And I mean, like, I can't be really angry. I mean, it's better than those guys that you like walk out of the bathroom and you're like, dude, you didn't wash your hands. Wash your freaking hands. I'm like, well, maybe he's just being very thorough.
So I always hate the rejoinder on when you say, you didn't wash your hands, and someone's like, well, I just don't pee on my hands.
You're like, that means you never want to touch them again.
Are you kidding me?
Like, it's so gross. Come on. And I have seen people just walk out of bathrooms, and I almost want to tackle them and go, lady, go back in there. What would your mom say? I feel like I have to be someone's surrogate mom sometimes because I work at a college, and it's just like, you get in there. Like, I know you need to wash your hands. Yeah, I was sitting in the toilet next to you. I know. I could smell it.
Yes. So here's a bathroom story.
Yeah.
So we're remodeling in the bathroom and doing some tile work in the shower. So we don't have a shower that you can use right now.
Oh yeah.
We're doing the tile in there, and it's drug on really long. But I mean, that thing, it happens. It happens. You know when you're going to do something like that. That's just how it is. But so my husband and I have been showering at our gym. And my husband was saying that last night when he showered at the gym, he could tell what the guy in the next shower stall was doing.
Oh no!
He was obviously very happy in his shower stall.
This isn't a thing that happens in most women's showers.
That's what I said. I'm like, first of all, for the most part, women don't shower at the gym for the most part.
Yeah, they actually like to go home because it's usually pretty gross there.
And second of all, we're all like doing the careful towel thing,
I want you to see me.
Don't.
Like, you don't have boobs too, but whatever.
Yes, so we're doing the careful towel thing, and slip into the shower quietly, and then you slip out, and don't
want to embarrass people. You're not walking around
right. Exactly. So and Pat Barnum says, ew. Yeah, it's an ew. That's ew. That's, yeah. So yeah, I think my husband is, he's about done with the whole showering at the gym.
I will share, when I was in college, they had the worst showers. It wasn't like the little stalls. It was like a gang shower.
Oh, the open bay.
And so it was gross, and I would go at night because hardly anybody showered at night, and then I could just take my time and not feel weird. So I'm washing my hair, doing stuff, and then all of a sudden my drunk roommate comes running in, and she's like, "Gangbang in the shower," and I'm like, "Are you talking about me?" And she's like, and she just starts laughing because she thinks it's funny that I would shower at night. And I'm like, oh my God, you're going to make it so I never want to shower around other humans for the rest of my life. This is not cool.
So the least weird I've felt in a public shower was actually when I was in the military. And you're showering with 30 other people.
Well, because you gotta go fast, I
But
bet.
I felt the least weird about it because you know how, so you have the shower room goes in a U, right? And then you have the doors here. And so you would file in and walk slowly under the spigots.
Oh
and
God.
and be like trying to do everything while you're walking around. And that's as long as you had in that shower.
That would make you really have to learn to do a fast shower.
Yes. I mean, it was a fast shower and there was no time for looking or feeling awkward, or I mean, no, you were there to wash 4 parts and 5 if you were lucky. One, 2, 3, 4. This if you're lucky. One. Yeah. So this was bonus.
You're like, if my hair's clean, this is good.
And
could you wash your hair in a sink if you missed it? Oh, geez.
No.
I would like it.
And that's part of why I cannot stand to not take a shower.
Oh yeah.
To this day.
You probably feel like I missed out.
Well, the first 2 weeks you're there, you don't shower at all, nor do you brush your teeth.
Oh, I'd hate myself if I didn't brush my teeth. Girl.
It's pretty vile. But yeah, they're trying to,
break you.
Yeah. So, nope, I gotta be fresh. So.
I love showers with not everyone else I know. I like to take my time.
We're coming up on an hour, so, and I should ask people. Yeah. So I'm going to ask people, and Heather, you start with your one awesome thing that happened to you this week, and I'm going to ask people what their awesome thing is.
Okay. My one awesome thing that happened this week. Well, this is more work related because I work at a college, but I had a student because we live in a Nordic, terrifying, cold place all the time, and she was like kind of running late, and had to get to across town, and she had worked at another place, and I'm like, well, I have to go drive to this other thing. Do you want me to just take you? And she's like, I was gonna Uber, but I'm so broke. And I'm like, I'll give you a ride. I don't care. And so it was just like, like it didn't even feel like much. But then later she came back and she like brought cookies and stuff. And I'm like, oh, I would have done that for you anytime. Don't feel like this is like, I mean, it's just like what we do, because we have so many students that like life is complicated when you're young. I don't know what it is, but everything is happening, and I'm like, if I can make it a little bit easier for people, it's cool. So I felt pretty good about helping somebody.
That is super awesome. Yeah. And not only was that an awesome thing, but you were a libertarian caught being good.
Yeah, but we don't need to use me as an example, because like, yeah, I do awesome stuff every day. No.
Yeah. Exactly.
So do we have anybody are they sharing any good stuff on theirs?
So I asked people to share their things, so we'll give them a few minutes to share theirs, because remember, Heather, there's a little delay between when we talk and when it broadcasts.
Right.
So we gotta give them a little time. So my awesome thing, I had a really good Valentine's.
Did you? Good. Oh,
I did. So,
tell me more.
I'm not gonna tell you about that part of it.
Okay.
So, I was gonna be leaving super early in the morning the next morning to go to the California convention, but Tracy and I were able to have a really sweet Valentine's. He in the morning, like, zoomed home and brought me flowers.
Oh,
yeah, sweet. I know, that was super nice. So like before the day even really got underway, he came back and he was like, here's flowers for you and a card. And I was like, oh my God, I love you. And that was super sweet. And the other nice thing that he did, and here's actually the nicest part.
Yeah.
He bought like a big slab of sushi grade tuna.
Yeah.
For Mabel.
For Mabel. I was gonna say, I'm like, I know where this is going because Mabel is a sweetie girl.
I mean, can you get any more wonderful than that, than a guy that not only gets stuff for his wife for Valentine's, but makes sure that the cat has an awesome Valentine's too? And I mean, yes, we had a great dinner and dessert and that kind of stuff at home. And, you know, we minced up the sushi, and I got to have some too, you know, because Mabel couldn't eat it all. And minced it up and put it on like a little heart plate for her. She ate so much sushi that she got up on the couch afterwards and she was going to groom herself for a minute or two. And then she did some heavy blinks. And then she had to just give up, and she went upstairs and got in bed and went to bed.
Like, oh, I'm done.
She's like, I'm so full. I'm so full. And I'm like, oh, honey, I've been there. I've been there. I've eaten so much sushi, I've had to just go to bed too. So we do have someone sharing their awesome thing, and this is really awesome. Holy shit. So yes, congratulations to our friend Laura Lavoie. She finished a round of revisions on her novel.
Yay!
So next is the query letters and pitches. And I know this has been a couple years coming. This is a very big deal for her. Yeah, that is, I would say that that's pretty freaking awesome.
Freaking awesome news, Laura. I'm so excited.
And let's see. Susan Hogarth. We got a driveway and fence put in. Yay, free market. Holy shit.
Holy crap. Yes.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Congratulations.
Since I'm living through, you know, chronically for years and years and years, because we're doing little pieces of our house, various remodeling hell, I know the joy of that one.
It's good to get things done though. You feel so good. It's such a relief.
Yeah. So that is pretty spectacular.
Yay.
God, I love that. And I love everyone sharing like awesome, happy things that are happening in their life that week. That makes me happy. Like this gives me all the warm fuzzies and happiness to like go forward on my week and feel energized and happy. And
I think that's why sometimes, I mean, everybody has things that they do. Like I like to go look at cat videos and memes and stuff, and it makes me laugh and happy. And then I go, okay, the world's pretty good. Now onward. But
yes.
Like you can go.
You gotta recharge.
You have to recharge your battery. I'm an introvert at heart, even though I act like an extrovert all the time, but I still need to recharge, and the recharge is the important part. You need to surround yourself with some happy stuff sometimes and go, okay, world's cool. Now I can keep going, you know? And so that's awesome.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for joining us this evening. We will be back next week. So if you hear of any Libertarian Party news, let us know. In the comments, I put my email address, so you can just hit that. If you see any Libertarians caught being good, that's fantastic. Send them our way. And we look forward to chatting with you next week and hearing about the awesome things that are going on in your life too. Very, very happy. Oh, and Susan says, yeah, tell Jeff about your cocktail, Cara. Oh my God. Yeah, we gotta chat about that cocktail. We will definitely chat about that cocktail. So, but yeah, thank you. And Heather's podcast is
tomorrow at 5 p.m. Follow me for Liberty Librarian if you want to go over there and check me out. I'll be doing a nice live show tomorrow, and we talk about intellectual freedom like always, and some weird stuff. I'm still kind of formulating what I want to talk about because I keep going back and forth between two things, but we'll see. I will figure it out. God.
Fantastic. And mine is Monday at 8 p.m. I will be sending out an email to all the candidates and prospective candidates so that they get the information on what the topic is and how to join and all that kind of stuff. So that's what we will be doing. If you do like the podcast, please share it. Also, when you see it go live, next week, share it. Tell people to join our group, all that kind of stuff. That really helps. Sorry. I still have this cold that's killing me. And if you would like to do more so that we can expand what we're doing and really kind of beef it up and get that positive message out there, both outside the LP and internally to the LP, hit our Patreon and, you can do various things such as, sponsor someone to get a shout out. You can even come on to our show, that type of thing. So there's all kinds of fun things that you can do.
And if you have any ideas, like you think, hey, we should do this or come visit us, let us know, because we get around. We're women that get around. So we might be able to come see you and do live shows. That's one of the things we want to do in the future. So we're going to toy around with trying that out and hopefully succeeding. So yes, I would love to do more and help us, help you, help everyone find happiness and joy in the libertarian happy world. So yeah. Yay! We did again. Have a good night, everyone, and we will see you next week. And this is where we insert cool music. Bye, guys. Bum, bum.